Published, 12:30 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 19th of March 2019. Updated, 12:36 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 19th of March 2019. Stephen King's brand new adaptation of the 1989 drama Pet Sematary has received rave reviews since it premiered at the South by Southwest Film Festival in Austin, Texas. The movie, which is based on the author's horror novel, sees a family finding a mysterious burial ground hidden deep in the woods near their new home, which leads them to face a number of terrifying consequences, and since it was screened at the film festival on Saturday, March 16, fans and critics have been raving about the movie, which is set to air on April 5, with many saying it is the best Stephen King adaptation they have seen to date. Yikes! Stephen King's Pet Sematary has received positive reviews since fans saw the first screening of the horror movie at South by Southwest Film Festival in Austin, Texas. Impressive. Since the movie was shown on Saturday, March 16, impressed fans and critics have taken to social media to praise the horror film. Many fans and critics took to social media to share their opinions on the long-awaited first screening of the horror film, which currently holds a 91% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. One film critic took to Twitter after seeing the premiere of the scary movie at South by Southwest to say they thought it might just be the best movie Stephen has ever made. User Chris Evangelista wrote, "One of the best King adaptations to date, classic." The movie, which will air on Friday, April 5, is based on Stephen King's horror novel Pet Sematary, which was released in 1989. Another impressed critic revealed that they thought the movie was even more scary than the book. Lindsay Roman said, "It's scary as S***T, it's having tons of fun, it doesn't skimp on gore, and it's somehow even darker than the book. Really impressed and satisfied. If you're looking for something artsy and revolutionary, this ain't it, but it's a solid as hell studio flick that is gonna rile up audiences and give them a great time," she added. Another Stephen King fan said that although she thinks the author, who is best known for writing horror, supernatural fiction, suspense, science fiction, and fantasy stories, has made several impressive adaptations, this one stood out for her. Twitter user @Marla said, "There have been a lot of great Stephen King adaptations lately, but Pet Sematary feels the most perfectly, specifically Stephen King. It's just what I want out of this movie in every single way, and that includes super scary. So crazy happy with it," she said. Perry Nemroff, who reviewed the movie for Collider, took to Twitter to say, "They really pushed it with this adaptation." His wife and two kids who decide to move from a busy city to a rural area in Maine. Scary. Soon after moving into their new home, the family of four discover an old cemetery, where local pets were buried, in the land behind their house. Average. Despite receiving positive reviews from many fans and critics, some revealed that they were slightly let down by the movie, with some saying it was average. Meanwhile, another fan who saw the movie at the festival over the weekend said the movie adaptation seemed even darker than the novel. Editor of /Film Jacob Hall said, "Pet Sematary, did they just make Stephen King's darkest book even darker? Intense, powerfully unpleasant and top-tier horror in just about every way, lots and lots of thoughts on the new. Is this, holy hell, do I respect how bananas it gets in the third act." Horror critics have been praising 11-year-old actress Jete Lawrence, pictured, who plays Ellie, for her acting skills in the movie. "Absolutely not what I was expecting at all," added Twitter user @TheHorrorChuck. Despite receiving mostly positive reviews, some fans said they were slightly let down by the film, with some saying they thought the adaptation was average. Film critic and Twitter user @JanOnCamera said, "I was at the edge of my seat for the most part of it. The directors got it right in the darker part of the book, and a big round of applause, too. I can use a sequel," they added. Kevin L. List, a film critic, said the movie wasn't scary enough for him, and that he thought it was very average. He said, "Sigh. Good acting, sound design and production value. But it's never scary enough, never tense enough. Once the horror stuff really kicks in, it's pretty much over. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wanted more out of this." frightening. Pet Sematary, which has been described as intense and super scary by critics and fans on social media, isn't the first of Stevens' novels to be made into a movie. Excitement. Pet Sematary, which is set to hit theaters on Friday, April 5th, follows a number of Stevens' novels including It, 2017, and The Shining, 1980, that were adapted into films. The family of four decide to move from a big city to a rural area in Maine in order to live a better quality life and spend more time together. The family consists of Dr. Louis Cree, who is played by Jason Clarke, his wife Rachel, Amy Sametz, and two children Ellie and Gage, who are played by Jete Lawrence and Hugo and Lucas Lavoie respectively. Despite seeking a peaceful new life, the family discover a cemetery that was used to bury pets in the land behind their new home. When a tragic event strikes the family, Louis turns to his strange neighbor Jed Crandall, who is played by John Lithgow. From then onward, the family experience a perilous chain reaction that unleashes an unfathomable evil with horrific consequences, according to the movie's trailer, and it isn't the first adaptation of one of Stevens' novels. One of the best-known adaptations is It, which was released in 2017. The scary movie follows a killer clown as he poses as a child and preys on children in a fictional town called Derry, Maine. Similarly, a movie version of the author's hit novel The Shining was released in 1980.